So you submerge this. It's quite big, maybe like 5 foot frogman, as best you can in this barrel. You lift him up and sort of slide him in bit at a time, and
But we're doing the clap thing again.
the green goo.
Nah.
We can tell, Ben, you're frozen doing this.
Oh,
The green
no,
goo.
doing what? I
The
can't
last thing that Leon said
see
was,
it.
"Hey, that was pretty good," and he was like,
Anyway,
It's just
"If I get
I'm gonna take the longest face down bath in the world after this.
can I join you?
Should we just keep
Save
going?
some water.
Should we even pause it? Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. This is
Hey, I'm
right at
alive,
the
I'm
beginning.
here.
I can just cut the front off.
Ben, you saying
Okay.
words, but you carry.
So you
have
submerge. You
Nah, I'm not muted,
submerge
mate.
the
Every
body
time
of
Leon starts talking, some cunt talks.
sorry.
It was Connor, and then it was Ben. Shut the fuck up.
it. Ben's lagging.
I'm lagging, bro. I can't hear shit.
Don't talk
Is this
ever.
some sort of
Bye.
experiment you guys are performing on me? Are you trying to see how far I'll go?
Yeah, this is our other technique of a lobotomy without the giant needle.
Surgery-free lobotomy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start again from the top. Ready? So you
Go.
submerge the body of this 5 foot frogman into the goo. It boils, it bubbles, it froths. Some of it starts to roll down the outside of the barrel as the liquid displaced by the weight of this frogman rolls down the side and begins to pull around the edges. Just like before, after a few moments, you see an image start to rise to the surface. And it doesn't take you very long to realize that you're watching once again the last moments of this frog creature. You see it crawl from the barrel in the first place. You see it turning, you see it looking, you see it get smashed with a fireball, and then you see it look directly into your eyes as you put a crossbow bolt into its head.
Okay.
Okay, so
this
didn't
is,
show us where it was.
Okay.
So I
So
thought that would work. So
that's fine. I found some hairs in the cupboards. If you want to go, maybe plucking a few of those out and check and see what's in there. Other than that,
hairs.
yeah. And I'll walk towards the cupboard and sort of open up the thing. It's like, look, there's a sort of bowls of hairs. I think this witch was doing the same witchcraft that Ronan was doing.
It's almost like a. Okay, what do you want to? We can try it. I don't know if hair will actually work though.
I mean, it's worth trying at least. Maybe it's just a bit of this, bit of the body.
Or sprinkle a bit in then.
And I'll just grab like the first hairs close to me and sort of sprinkle like 1 or 2 in. See what happens.
Okay, just 1 or 2. So they're all tied up in neat little like cable bundles, like little bundles. And so,
Yeah.
do you take a few hairs out of the bundle and place them in, or do you just take
Yeah.
this whole bundle
Put the
and load it
bundle
in?
Yeah, I'll just put the bundle in there, I guess.
So it floats for a second, and then it begins to spin, being pulled by some unseen force, and then it gets sucked quickly under by some jet of energy. And then, once again, just as before, the images boil to the surface. And this time, the image is far less clear. It's much more choppy and much more broken up. You see a campfire, and you see some tents. You can see what looks to be like some figures dancing, and that is all you can make out.
Okay, so that must be the camp we just came from.
I was
That
gonna say
maple
it did
one.
look familiar.
Yeah, it looked familiar, like the camp we were just at.
Maybe
Wait.
chuck more hairs in.
There wasn't Leia or Toby, was it?
Difficult to tell as you're looking out of their eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna pluck a few hairs from my head and chuck it in there and see what happens.
Drops dead.
I
Now
see
hold on a second.
nothing.
Theory being is that if it's a continuous thing, or only for the last few moments of their life.
What?
What do you think?
Yeah, sure, might as well.
Alright. So I will pluck out a strand of hair from my head and sort of place it into the pot.
Okay, so you pluck this hair and lay it across the top. At first, the surface tension of the liquid holds this hair, and then the barrel starts to shake and shudder very slightly. The liquid inside going a sort of murky red. It sucks this hair down, and then through the fog and gunk that's in this barrel, once again the image rolls to the top. You see the face of a skeletal figure, and you see a red hot finger reaching out. You're so sure that this red hot flaming hand is about to reach out of the surface and reach out to grab you, but at the last moment the whole image dissipates, and the liquid once again goes to a very deep green.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to put your head?
Cool.
See what happens there?
I know I left my guy somewhere.
I look at you like I have no hair.
Just put a
He's just
bolt in there.
takes his whole arm.
Yo, you you put a bolt in there? Alright.
What's
You touch my pinky.
Gone forever.
what's happening in Ronan and Ichabod Town upstairs?
Don't take this away from us.
Okay, so
Come on,
Skeleton man, that one.
pissing about with a potion. We're getting into the meaty.
right, so up here on the third floor of the windmill, you are standing in the bedroom of the strange old woman. Ichabod, you specifically can hear shuffling and sounds from the three stacked, it's not cabinets, what were they?
When they like crates.
Crates, that's what I'm looking for.
Are
They
they
are
they crates of tea?
3 crates.
Crates of tea.
No.
I
You
There's
wish
a
there were
giant
crates
tea
full
on
of
the
tea.
map.
I look to
I don't know what that is. Don't worry
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
don't look at that.
That-
I turn to
That's
Ronan
P for floor.
and I
Ah,
I nod. I'm like,
what?
I can hear something coming from those crates.
Like what?
I don't know, like what?
Like movement of some sort, shuffling.
Like a rustling.
It's probably just a rat or some shit, ain't it? Or a fucking weird
Sounds
frog
much-
or animal.
Sounds much bigger than a rat.
But I doubt it.
A lot bigger than a rat.
Um,
Hang on a second. Nope, it's not a rat.
I
well, it worked last time.
I walk over to it and I'm just like,
I was going to charge it.
no, look, right, maybe not charge. What if it's like a kid?
Oh,
And
yeah,
I-
fair play.
I get like the pommel end of my mace and I just give it 2
Yeah.
hard taps and I just go, hello?
Whatever it is starts to move a lot harder, throwing itself
It's
around.
definitely a wild animal. It's just a wild animal that's been freaked out by your sound.
I look at you and then instantly just tip the fucking crate over. I'm just like, ah.
So you pull this top crate off of the stack,
Yeah.
and it thumps to the ground. You can then hear what sounds like a muffled, like, from coming inside.
Told you.
Coming from inside.
I take out my crowbar.
He says after giving it the old slap.
I stay silent a bit because I was literally just about to charge through those boxes. Oh shit!
Oh god, they're paste. I take out my crowbar. I'm like,
Yep.
should we open it?
Be careful. That's all I can say.
All right.
I'll stand next to you. Make sure you're all right.
I try and gently pry a bit of the crate open
And I'm ready to stab if it's not.
So,
because I'm scared that if I just go, I'll get.
what if it's just business, man?
You right, kid? I hold action for if not
You're
kid,
not kid,
I
you're
stab.
getting stabbed. Okay, that's the sound reaction. You pop open one of these slats of this crate, and inside, as you assumed, is the small figure of a young child.
Oh god.
I arcana check him. Is he an illusion of the eyes or some shit? I got an 8. Can't really tell if he's got any magic jubies on him. Any magical
It's a
tit
small
tats?
girl by the looks of it, and there is no magic radiating from her.
Oh, it
Is-
looks like a little girl.
Is her mouth bound? Like
She looks to be,
Is she gagged?
yeah, her mouth is bound,
I reach
but she looks to be
in
barely 5.
to the crate and
Yeah.
not opening the crate up anymore, but I reach in and try and take the gag.
So yeah, she like she can't really go anywhere. She's very tightly squeezed into this crate, and so taking the gag off of her isn't very difficult. And as soon as the gag's off her mouth, she's like and starts to like suck in big gulps of air.
Calm yourself. Calm. We want to help.
Where did the woman go?
Don't worry about that now. You're talking to
We've
me.
dealt with that.
Oh, thank God, you've come to save me and the others.
Others? I look at the crate.
There were other kids here. Yeah, there are 2 more crates in the cabinet.
Give me the crowbar.
I hand over my trusty crowbar.
It's going to be like a rabid raccoon in one of them.
Don't let her look, just in case it's a fucking body.
First 2 children, one of them's a wild animal.
I give Ronan my crowbar and I proceed to try and break out or like dislodge some of the slats to try and free the
Yeah, I'll
girl.
be peeking inside of these just in case there's dead kids in
So
there.
inside the second crate,
I'll give them
inside the
each,
second
I'll give them each a
crate,
rattle like
there's
a present.
nothing but what seem to be old crumbs. Old maybe breadcrumbs, or maybe they're biscuit or pie crumbs, difficult to tell.
Yeah.
That's the second crate.
I'll give the third crate a little. Can I pick it up? Can I jostle it about?
Yeah, they're not very big. You can pick it up fairly easy.
Yeah,
you're
pick it
a
up.
strong, strapping fella.
I'll shake it a bit, get it rustled up. If there's anything wild, or-
Something slightly bigger than the crumbs seems to be moving inside. Although this definitely isn't the size of a child.
and it didn't scream.
And it didn't, holler in any panic.
Well, guess it's mine then. And then I open it up.
Yay, stones! No, no. Inside there is a small, poorly cobbled shoe.
I'll take it, I guess.
Free shoe.
Curse.
I'll give it a
I'll
crowbar
take
back.
mystery shoe number 5. I can't seem to open my eyes.
Yeah, I'll give Ichabod the crowbar back, and I'll go to the girl, I guess, and I'll say, does this belong to any of your friends? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't recognize the shoe. And she's like crawling out of this crate now after wiggling herself free.
I'll mention that we've got friends downstairs as well. That we've got more people downstairs just in case she tries to leg it or something. And she's like, people.
Did you see any other kids about?
There was
No.
a few large frogmen, but we haven't gone upstairs yet.
Frogman?
Yeah,
What's a frogman?
just a big frog Really?
Don't listen to him. He's spouting nonsense. No, we haven't seen any other kids. Are you 100% sure
It's
there
full of
are
frogs.
other kids?
Yeah, there was like I could hear them. Other kids, they were yelling and shouting, and there
I
were
feel
definitely others beneath me in the crate.
To look at how old is she? Is she like infant enough that she wouldn't know what's going on around her?
She's like barely 5, so yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. I bend down and I just say, "Look, we want to get you out of here, but you're gonna have to trust us, okay?"
Okay.
Do you
And
mind if I
scoop
carry
her
you? Oh, I was gonna say. Yeah.
up.
Yeah, she won't resist too much to being picked up.
And I give the room another look over. Like, is there anything I've missed on a glance of an eye?
Make a perception check.
I got a plus 5, so I got an 18.
Respectable.
So on a closer look, the discarded clothing looks almost completely made up of children's clothing, and the pile is quite large. You also remember that there is the hatch that takes you up above you.
What do you think, Ronan?
You notice that the bed is extremely lumpy and it's filled with odd shapes, as if something maybe is beneath the sheet.
Okay, all right.
No. God.
I nod to Ronan. I give him a look like a nod
I
towards the bed.
got a sword out.
Right.
No,
Stab
that
it
guy.
first and then pull the sheets now. I'll give the bed a solid kick.
The frame.
Yeah,
The old woman
Yeah.
just went for a nap.
frame just to like push it.
Hello.
Oh god. Sorry
Who
about
are
the
you?
fight earlier.
I thought you were murderers looking for my closet children. You kick the bed, and you hear nothing but sort of metal on metal rattling coming from inside.
Oh, weird.
They're Warforged kids.
Ah, don't show around you. Alright, so I'll rip it open.
Yeah, you whip open the top sheet, and there are 6 pieces of jewelry. Various rings and necklaces, and on a glance, you can tell they're probably worth about 25 gold pieces each. To the right buyer, of course.
I'll take them.
Not fantastic pieces, but made out of some finer metals. So
Alright, yeah, fuck it, I'll put them in my bag, my little man bag.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
No.
No, there's nothing in there. I'll pop my head. Other than the rings.
I was like, I'm looking at you.
Deception. Or...
There's
Nothing.
nothing here, mate.
All right, yeah. Nothing in there.
I'll.
Except all this money.
So, is there a ladder going up to this hatch?
So there is. It's mostly like long sticks lashed together, and you
Gotcha.
question the viability of it. But there is technically a ladder.
Perhaps if you take the kid, I might be a bit more nimble. Not to offend you.
Oh yeah, but I've got a helmet. What about if someone's just waiting there with a spear?
I've got a hard hat. I'll bring that.
Opens the hatch, just bam!
Oh, these are all good
Just
points.
comes back down, Scooby Doo style,
Hello.
big lump on his head.
Wait here. I'll get the others.
All right. Okay.
I'll go down with the kid.
See me
Okay,
put a
cool.
body in the vat.
Yeah, you walk in.
Quick, put the
And,
kid in the vat.
you
Oh,
you look
so
in,
long.
Rodrigo's staring into a vat as a. You look in, Rodrigo's staring into a vat as a fiery skeleton stares up at him like.
That ain't right.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
We
Experimenting.
You shouldn't be dabbling with anything of this shit.
Well, we found out that if you put something in that was once alive, you saw their last moments.
That's fucked up. Anyway,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I've got
Just dropped dead.
Cut back to them flopping a whole frogman in it.
me and Uncle Bod found this little one upstairs, and I'll put her in front of me. This little
Howdy.
kid.
Why shouldn't?
Yeah,
hello.
so like hiding mostly within the armor and clothing of Ronan is a small, barely 5-year-old girl.
What's her
What's your
name?
name?
Did you want
I'm
to-
Myrtle.
Myrtle. Nice name, Myrtle.
She's saying
Thank
that
you.
other kids were around here as well. So me and
I heard lots of kids.
Yeah, that's
Well,
good.
they're
How
not
long
here
ago was that?
at
Why
the
don't
moment.
you pick
They're
up
not
one of
down
the
here.
kids'
This
bones
ain't an
and
interrogation on the kid.
Hey, don't worry. We're just trying to find the other kids, okay?
chuck
Myrtle.
one of the kids' bones in the cauldron.
I'll go
Make her
towards
watch.
Myrtle,
Look how he
and
died.
I'll put my hand out, and I'm like, "My name is Erringer. Nice to meet you."
Show her tiny hand, barely bigger than one of your fingers, or two of your fingers, shakes your metal finger, and is like, "Hey."
Nice to meet you.
She looks very well. She doesn't look undernourished or like ill or sick. She looks in good health. She's a little bit bruised up from being stuffed in that crate, you presume, those of you that saw the crate.
Yeah.
But other than that, she looks like she's in good health.
Okay.
Me and Ichabod found a little hatch going to the attic upstairs, and I don't really want to bring this one along with us. So we're going to check just to make sure no one else is up there.
That's fine.
Is it alright leaving her around here?
Rodrigo, do you want to step outside with her for a second? I just want to do one more thing with the cauldron. I don't think she should see it.
Starts pushing Skull in.
Is that a box of
The
frogs?
frog
Close, mate. Yeah.
Can I have that?
It's a big crate. It's probably a couple of foot in diameter.
I'll take the
can
little
hold
girl outside.
I grab that crate.
You don't take the what? Sorry.
I grab.
I'll take the little girl outside.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Why'd
Cool,
you
cool.
make that sound like you were putting her down? I'll do it.
It's not for kill, alright?
Dad.
Fucking crate of frogs, lads. I'll take the crate of frogs.
It's huge, so it might be a bit of a struggle, but you can probably pick it up later and find a way to drag it or something.
I'll put it on the second story.
There's a cart in here. We
I'll
can
put it-
take the
There is a
cart.
car. That is a good shout. You could,
It's a shout, yeah.
using magic, maybe Flump does the power to pull the cart.
Maybe.
I don't think Flump's that
I
big.
don't think so.
Flump's very
Yeah.
small.
Ben,
Yeah.
your lips were moving, but I think you're on mute.
Yeah, you're definitely muted.
I don't hear Ben.
Love it.
Probably something Flump related.
Hey, man, I was here the whole time talking, but obviously my mic
Is
was
your
muted.
mic plugged in properly?
Yeah, it's plugged in properly. It was just on mute.
Nah, it's like
All
fucked
right.
at the moment.
He's been talking to himself. Everyone.
Bit rattled.
Yeah, I'll put the crate of frogs on the lumpy bed.
All right, cool. Well, it's not lumpy anymore because you removed the lumps.
Yeah. The non-lumpy bed.
Well,
I'll
now
put-
it's lumpy because it's
I'll
full
put
of
the
frogs.
crate on there, just so I know where it is. And I'll
Yeah,
be like,
the
right,
crate of frogs, safe
I
and sound.
look
You
to
pick it up.
Ronan, and I just go,
You pick it up, and the frogs
in the
is a
crate.
chorus of like.
so many frogs in here.
why?
I don't know. Witches must have used it for their rituals or something, but I mean, how cool would it be to have a box of frogs?
Where does this come
Pretty
from?
cool, I guess. And I begin to ascend the ladder.
Stop going up the ladder. I don't want any of that.
And I'll be behind him.
While they're sending letter, can I throw one of their bones, I assume as a child, in the column?
Okay, yeah. So you take one of the larger bones that you that you presume is that of a child. So, what is everyone doing? Are you mentally? You know what you're probably going to see next. The cauldron has the power to show you the last moments of the creature you place within it. You know that this is probably a child's bone, and that this child came to an end somehow. So, who of you are staying? Who of you see him and
Rodrigo's got to go outside.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it's
I'm
Aaron
taking a
first.
go outside.
Swap the skull.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
still
so just
sitting
two
by the
of you.
cauldron,
Can Flood,
ready to tip
can
it.
Flood
But,
get emotionally scarred?
You
Ready
can.
to tip it.
He doesn't
So the
like
whole
negative
time he's
thoughts.
been like, "I'll tip it."
I've been ready to tip, like.
He's been ready to tip it. His calves are like steel. His back is like he's been hit by a train.
Oh yeah, big time, mate, big time.
So you slide in this large rib that you guess is from that of a child. The bubbling, greasy fluid eats it up quickly, and the bone sinks deep. You hear it rattling against the side of the barrel. Again, the pitcher bubbles and broils to the surface. The shiny, oily nature shifting and warping until you see the images of a large, what looks like it's a woman, not the woman you recognize. It's another woman, one of the daughters, you presume. She's quite tall. She's got horrific features, like some sort of. She's only. She's not really what you would call human. She's got
Like
monstrous,
Like Mama, the
monstrous.
movie.
Uh,
Kind of like the twisted and bent way, like proper like.
More like, yeah, more monstrous. She seems
Yeah.
like maybe she's only using this human body as a disguise, and she's beginning here to show her true shape. She's holding this massive meat cleaver. You see it glisten in the low light of the room as it comes down, and as it comes down upon you, the images stop.
I guess I do the classic turn away and like hold your face movie trope, and then we can go back to.
Hide your eyes from the scenes that you've seen.
And then while
There we
Ben's
go.
fucked, we can go back to Ronan and Ichabod.
Oh. What is
So,
happening? What is happening?
Ichabod, you clamber up this rickety set of ladder rungs, and as you reach the top, let me scroll
I'm
down.
right behind him. I'm cupping
Are
your
you
ass
going up the
cheeks.
ladder with him, or are you just standing?
Wait, hang on. On a perception, would it actually, with the whole two of us on it?
I'm not going on it. Like,
Oh,
with
okay.
you.
Right, okay.
I'm cupping your cheeks and pushing you to help you.
Nice. That'll help.
You get to the top of this rickety ladder, and every step you take, you can feel the thin wood rungs really, really start to bend under your weight. The trapdoor itself, it's old, and there are holes in it, and you can even when you just get to the top, you can smell the like layer of dust that must be up there. I'm guessing you slowly sort of push it open.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to that like halfway, and it falls the rest of the way open. And as it hits the floor, this great plume of smoke rustles up and then falls upon you. And the two of you are just covered in ancient filth. You've reached the windmill's peak, a domed chamber filled with old machinery. There's barely any room to move around here, and light slips into this attic through small holes in its walls. The whole place is scattered with abandoned birds' nest. There are crates, there are chests, all scattered, and some of them covered in drapes. Birds' nests littering all of them, and on top of that, inches of dust.
So There's enough light to actually see about, though. Yeah.
There is enough light to operate on. Yeah, you're not completely blinded by the darkness here.
Once he's up there, I'll start climbing.
Am I able to
Okay.
get a view behind any of the more maybe substantial bits of machinery? Anything that could hide or obscure anything that would be in the room?
Yeah, so as you move deeper into this attic, looking behind some of the larger turning pieces that would have once upon a time connected to the great sails outdoors, you hear Rowan step on the first of these rungs and start to climb his way into the attic. His shiny helmet popping up through the small hole in the floor. Again, Rowan, the wave of dust smell assaults your nose. Ichabod, peering round this large main center turning mechanism, you see a rather newer, slightly more better condition chest than the rest of this place. It's slightly less dusty. Maybe it's been put there more recently.
Right.
This is
It's certainly in better shape than the rest of the stuff up here. That's all I'm going to say.
it's totally Indiana Jones chalice. You take the oldest one.
Ah.
You take the oldest, shittest looking one.
He's going to turn into an old man.
Yeah.
On a investigation, does it look in any way, shape, or form rigged? Like, if I touch this, like, is the floor weak beneath it,
Make a check.
or anything like that? 11. What's my plus? When did I roll? Did I just click 2? Apparently I rolled a 20 at some point. Right. 11 plus. What am I doing? A investigation plus 5. So I got 16. Or a 20, because I have no idea where that fucking 20 come from. But I'm going to go with the 16.
You got a 16 or a 20. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I just don't know where that 20 come from that's on the screen. I don't remember rolling that.
It's a mystery 20. It's a
Must
gift
be.
from the evil gods. Okay, so you notice that there might be a thin line connected to the bottom of the lid on this chest. That somewhere there may well be connected
Okay.
a mechanism or a trap of some sort.
Okay. I follow the line with my eyes.
So yeah, you gently follow this line, and it sort of, in a straight line, it cuts through to the back of the room. And in the back of the room, you do see a mechanism here, completely enclosed in a metal structure. You're unable to access the internals of the structure, but you can see where the line of thread goes into the small metal box. This whole thing caked in dust, and without this thread, it would have been very difficult to find, as it's tucked under a lot of old luggage and under an old chair, and there's stuff in the way.
Okay. How big's the crawl space that I've crawled through?
Very small. The domes of this roof isn't so tall. So crawling into the corners, it gets smaller and smaller as the dome roof starts to come in on itself.
Would the chest pull through that crawl space?
Would the whole thing be able to drag it towards
Would I be able to drag
the
it through the
trigger?
crawl space?
What, to get back into the floor below? Which
Yeah.
crawl space?
So say I wanted to drag
The
it back
whole
to the
chest,
hatch.
probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, you could probably take it and wind your way back to the hatch. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, to be fair, not even that. I turned to Ronan.
Have you found anything yet?
Yeah, there's a chest up here. Do you have any
Oh,
rope?
cool. Well, I think I used my last of it crossing that fucking bridge.
Well, you didn't pick it up again.
I don't think so.
Ah, bollocks.
Why?
Go see if someone's got some rope down there.
I got about 970 toads. No, 97 toads.
I don't think they're level by now,
that's a lot
mate.
of solids.
Does anyone have rope on them?
I mean, there was a bed down there that I can maybe use the cloth of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Get the sheet.
I ain't got any rope on me now. I left mine in the grave I robbed.
Why'd you want
It's
rope
just-
anyway? What are you
I
doing
left
with
mine
it?
on the bridge.
What for?
There's a very thin wire coming from this chest. It's
Oh,
definitely
crap.
rigged.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking if I crawl back to the hatch but leave something to disturb the chest, we may just set the trap off while I'm out of the vicinity of being
I
caught.
have mage hand. If that helps.
No one's asked about your mage hand whore. No.
I've
You give the best mage handies across the
what
land.
about if it's an explosion?
Well, what if? Right. Hang on a minute. Does a thieves' tools kit come with a disarming tool?
It comes with lockpicks and
Not
a
that
string
I've
and
got
ball
a
bearings
thieves'
and a
tools
mirror.
kit.
Just in
Yeah,
case.
totally not.
Doesn't come with specifically a disarming tool though.
No.
Why don't you just cut the rope?
Was the thread?
Yeah.
Was it attached to the actual latch of the?
It was attached to the whole top lid of the chest. It looked like.
Right. Okay.
Just cut the line.
I was going to. Is there any way I could make like a sleight of hand to just cut it further back, keeping it somewhat level, and just tie it somewhere else?
Yeah, a sleight of hand to try and keep the same amount of pressure and cut it further back. You could give it a go.
Oh, is it a
Okay,
is it a taut string?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taut.
Fucking don't mess with that shit. What you doing, lad?
You should cut it. You should... Wait, no, don't cut it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
I've already said I would.
Jesus.
I got
My head slowly disappears into
my hand.
from
I
the
got a
hatch.
15.
So you grab hold of one end of the thread, cutting behind the point at which you're holding, and you
I cut in front.
attempt to quick. Oh no! You attempt to keep the same amount of pressure on the string as it had been exerting before.
Even if you do this,
your hand,
you're fucked.
your hand slips very slightly, and you hear the smallest of clicks, but there is no reaction.
Does the is the string that I'm holding in any way loosened at all from that?
It seemed to have the whole string pulled back a little, as if some sort of mechanism had started to move but not finished its full movement.
So maybe
Is there
you've-
anything I could tie said string to?
So you're like shuffling around trying to find a place you can tie without changing the tightness of the string. And there is the main machine in the middle, and it has lots of little handles and points of connection. And so make me a dexterity check, as crawling through this tiny attic is an extremely difficult thing to do without holding taut a line of silky string at the same time. So let's see if you can climb over all the strange things up here at
I'll
the
tell you
same
now,
time as
I can't.
holding on.
A check, was it?
I didn't do it.
Huh?
Dexterity or an acrobatics.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay, so
I
moving through
instantly
these.
trip.
Oh, you look at like something you got to climb. You look at your string. You're like, I'll let go of that. Pick it up in a minute. You stumble. You stumble over some small bits of wood that are tied up in a blanket. It sort of wraps around your leg, and you stumble for a second, and you can feel in the thread another tiny click, and now you can hear something, some sort of small hissing or some sort of small, like, so maybe it's like sand running, maybe it's like a
Can I?
Hey,
spark
yo,
of some
Ronan.
sort. You can't quite tell.
I'm gonna die.
Can I hear it? Because I'm reading.
Yeah. So, Ronan, would you have continued moving up into the attic, or are you staying like head and shoulders in the
Yeah,
hole?
if he was saying there was a chest and shit, I was just gonna go up there.
He's off.
Okay, so you're standing in the attic. You hear him. You see him stop, look back at you, and go, "I'm gonna die."
I'll run over to him, I guess, and I'll try and do two things.
Crawling.
I'll cast guidance
you-
on you, and then I'll
Cast what?
Yeah.
and then I'll open the chest.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You managed to get over there. You managed to cast off guidance quick. You put your hand on the top of the chest, and as you touch the top of this chest, it's almost like as if all gravity vanishes. Everything suddenly becomes very like floaty as you realize the floor of this loft space is dropping away from beneath you, sending you plummeting downwards.
I told you it was
You
Indiana Jones
fall
style.
through the bedroom floor
Did both
and
of us?
land
The whole floor
in.
come?
You crash through. The whole floor crumbles.
Right.
You fall through the next floor, and you both land in a heap. Bits of wood, bits of old plaster, in the bone grinding room. You
Hide
all
in my
take.
side.
Bone grinding room. Is that the
Sounds healthy.
Is that the ground floor?
You can see straight through it.
What is that? The ground floor?
No,
guys
second
take-
level.
You guys take 16
Oh, the
points
ground.
of damage.
Ooh, that's a big hit.
I immediately go for my frogs.
The fuck's with you
The
frogs?
frogs. You can see the frogs on the next floor teetering on the edge of the remaining floor.
Ribbit.
I like crawl over to the chest and I try and open it and see what's in it.
Go for my frogs.
Hang on, I am.
We just instantly fall through the next floor.
Ah. Both of you roll a d20 for me.
Oh fuck!
But I'm not doing that. I'm going for the frogs.
Too bad.
Yeah, but both of you should roll.
I got a 12. Is it just
Oh
a
my
flat
God.
D12? Flat D20?
Yeah, flat d20.
I got 6.
Okay, so Brandon, you for a second you gain consciousness, and then you just slip into a very deep and very comfortable sleep. Rowan, you look at the box of frogs and you panic. You're about to book it, and as you put weight on your leg, this thing folds like a deck chair, and you just go over. Spikes of red hot pain run up your knee as you realize it is completely snapped.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'll just try and put my floppy leg as best straight as I can and just like healing hands it. Like,
It's like when you fuck a splint, his leg's
Make
gonna be
me a
constantly like that angle. He's gonna walk like
Make
an
me a
elite.
constitution check to put your leg straight.
4.
So
They call me Jimmy
you-
Slight Left Leg.
you
now.
attempt to straighten up your leg, and it is you attempt to put it straight, and the pain is excruciating as you can feel the loose parts of your leg grinding on each other,
God.
wet and sharp inside your flesh.
Oh, that's fucking horrible.
Jesus.
Imagine feeling the two
noises
bones
of bone
moving.
Oh.
Yeah, the noises of bone-on-bone contact are going to keep you up for days.
I will heal myself.
Goddamn. Do we hear this? And the bottom floor?
Yeah, so obviously those of you guys below this hear, you can hear someone go, "I'm gonna die," and then you hear the absolute thundering crash of 2 floors collapsing, and
Jesus.
2 fully grown men crumbling into the poorly built floor.
Huh.
Maybe we should go upstairs to see what that was.
Mm-hmm.
You see like a plume of dust come down the stairs.
I'll pick up the girl if she lets me.
Get off of me!
Alright,
danger!
And sort of run back into the
Building.
windmill
I'm what?
and be like,
I'm
"You guys
not-
all right?"
I mean-
Is this place falling apart? Let me get back in.
I better check.
I'll take the kid to make sure.
She's my body double.
I guess I'll go up then, since no one's offering.
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
stay
so
down here,
He
friend.
runs in and asks if you're okay, but you guys don't say anything.
If he comes in and he says okay, and I'm standing there with nothing, not a scratch on me, I'm like, yes.
But that's a sarcasm.
I'm gonna start crawling to Ichabod,
Yes.
and I'm gonna try and wake him up. Yeah.
I'll come up the
Okay,
stairs.
You crawl over Ichabod. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Ichabod, make me a wisdom save, please.
I'm definitely dead. I got like 8 levels of exhaustion, and I'm fetus now.
Damn.
What was that? A wisdom?
You get to live all over again.
Yeah.
You gotta make a wisdom save.
But I did give you guidance though, so +4 maybe.
Ah,
Going,
+4.
+4 D4 for
Can
guidance.
I use my inspiration?
You can use mere inspiration, and you
What is
can
it, a
use
D?
guidance. I will let you stack them.
What is it? A D?
D4 for
20.
guidance.
No, what's the
Inspiration is a
inspiration?
reroll, and
Oh, the inspiration's a
inspiration is a
reroll.
reroll.
I will do that. That's better, and I'll use the D.
Hey,
+2, so 17. And
So what'd
what
you
was
get
it? A
total?
wisdom save.
Oh, you're
My
good.
save is
Wisdom
+5,
save.
so I got 23.
hey.
Lovely, lovely. You see your eyes, they begin to flicker open, and in the plume cloud of ceiling dust, you see a figure crawling on his belly, his leg a strange direction. Frogs raining from the sky, bouncing off every surface. You
What
see
sort of
a
hell is
man,
this?
he crawls over to you, he's holding on to your clothes, and he's shouting your name, but he seems thousands of miles away.
Oh, God,
The chest-
Ryan.
The chest drops and hits her on the head and splat.
I cry.
it's like the scene in Hot Fuzz.
That makes sense.
Nasty way to go.
But does
That's
he
the way to go.
wake
Way to
up?
go, that.
Ronan's leg is definitely mangled, you can tell. The room is a ruin, and frogs are slowly escaping from a jar in the lid of the chest, and they are harmlessly bouncing to the floor below and then hopping around in the carnival.
Use your
Oh,
magic,
he's
Ichabod.
dead.
Get the frogs.
Oh, I try to understand what that means and start crawling towards a near frog.
All right. You're
Eat
going
the
to try
frog.
and grab the frog?
I guess so. I'm dazed. I'm confused. I'll grab a frog.
It's too late. They've all gotten out.
Make a dexterity save. Make a dex check to grab the frog.
Check. I got 16.
16. Okay, so one, you do catch the frog. It's writhing in your grip. Two, as Ichabod crawls away, I guess at this point, Arranger, you come up the stairs, and you now see the carnage. Ichabod, the back of Ichabod is covered in like large splinters, and there's blood all over him.
Workaholics.
I'll hoot Ichabod for like 7 points of healing hands.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you can see that Rowan's leg is definitely snapped. And underneath where Ichabod was laying, Rowan, you see a chest with its lid completely caved in, the perfect shape of Ichabod's arse, as his arse is smashed through the lid of this chest on the way down.
Oh god.
It's funny to imagine.
I got the frog. What's in the chest?
Don't
God,
worry.
you're literally space manning it right now. When he jumps off the roof and lands on his spine, you just did that, but on the chest.
Yeah, that is basically what's happened.
Well,
I'm right kind of high.
I'm just going to be
I'm a
tending to my
frog
leg.
and go everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Make another Constitution saving throw, and we'll see if we can get that leg straightened out.
Yeah, come
Can
on,
Arranger come over to help?
I got 9.
Am I able to come over to help
So
guide
you
it?
do get the joint closer to being right. What was that?
Can I come over to help align it a bit better? Do I see him trying to line
okay.
it his legs that way?
Yeah. If you line it up, you get advantage.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm healing it as I'm doing this as well.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. Otherwise,
I
it'd be
held it
uncomfortable.
backwards.
I got a 12. No wait, Constitution.
So yeah, you
Yeah,
line it
so
up, and
okay.
you magically regrow some of the bone and joint cartilage.
I forget-
Although it's not going to be right. It's not going to be right for a good couple days. With your magic and your strength of healing, you know that you can restore this joint to its former glory.
Yeah,
But oh my, is it going to take time?
that's fair.
That was fucked up to see.
There's a
I'm not
magic
gonna lie.
moon chest that
You know,
fucking
as a
made us
man
fall.
with healing background, that you could well have lost the leg, and so you were lucky to keep it. So it's sort of an up there.
Yeah. I like that.
Ichabod seems to have stopped moving, hit a frog in his grasp.
He's just-
I have done what I have needed to in life.
Now I must rest.
what I'll do, I'll with all the wood laying around, I'll see if I can find good 2 long splints. Try and put it side by side Ronan's leg and wrap it up with maybe torn cloth from what the bed was on and wrap it around his leg to try and splint it
Yeah,
a bit.
there is. Yeah, absolutely. There's perfect pieces of wood, and you tie this thing.
Do you want me to do a
soundly
medicine
with your
check or?
sheet. Yeah, make a medicine check. Yeah, see how well you line all this stuff up.
18. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Nice. Yeah, so you now can put weight back on this joint.
Nice.
You know that at the end of your next long rest, out of character wise, you'll lose the effect at the end of your next long rest. But for now, your movement is halved.
Cool.
Uh,
Have a look in that chest, Arranger. I don't know what's in it.
Why on earth? Why did you? After what just happened,
What happened?
I look up at the 2 holes in the roof. Your splintered leg.
You look up, the
Ichabod dead
whole
in the
2
corner.
floors are gone, and you're laying on them.
Yeah. Hang on, let me see if Ichabod's alright first, and then maybe.
I've patched
go-
him up a bit.
I see him Oh, patched.
The frog has stopped moving. The frog looks mostly concerned about Ichabod now. It's sort of licking at him,
See,
oh my
really
god, is this guy dead?
Emotional frogs. We should have kept them on.
Tell you what, I can't heal him. You can. You do it then,
I
and I'll
already
go
did.
over to the chest.
Already did.
I was gonna say I'm just exhausted. I'm on the
Oh,
floor.
okay.
I'm just
Okay.
lying down.
I will then go to the chest.
Yeah, you're not dead. You were just knocked out for a little period there. You took a nasty hit on the head. You take a look at this chest here. You take a look at this chest here, Arranger, and his body, his arse, seems to have completely bent this thing out of whack. The mechanism for locking it is so mangled now, it's incredibly difficult to get open. You reckon you might be able to pry it open, or maybe someone with the right thievery skill might be able to force the lock, but it's really beat up.
I do have artisan tool proficiency, as well as one tool proficiency.
You got to pick that one.
Yeah, you ain't chosen it,
I
mate.
don't know what the fuck. What's the options?
Look at the tools. So you can have disarming kits. You can have tinkering.
Yeah,
sets.
Google them. Disguises
Yeah.
kits. Yeah,
I will say-
I'll look at that later. I'll go to
Yeah.
Ichabod and ask for his crowbar.
Oh, all right. And I sit up. Is the frog still really dormant?
Yeah, the frogs sort of got used to being held by you now.
Can I get these? Can I get the frog
Pocket
chest? Is
Put
that
it in
is
my
that
big
gettable?
pocket.
What's with you
We'll
and the
come to that in
frog
a second.
chest? Why do you want the frogs?
I
I
just
put the
feel
frog
like they're useful.
in my big pocket.
Who knows what froggy adventures?
I use my
Yeah, there's a
crowbar.
frog
as
now
sort of
living
like,
in the deep of your pocket.
yeah. I use my crowbar as like a cane, and I hobble over to
Yeah.
the chest.
It like shakes
Look at it,
profusely
the
as you
magic's
put your weight
aged
on
him.
it. No,
I,
that's
um,
you.
Oh yeah.
I slam the crowbar into the side, and I try and pry it open.
Okay, so make me a strength check with double proficiency because of your crowbar leverage.
My rolls are so ass. Double proficiency.
Throws the crowbar at it from a distance.
Knocks me out.
So I got a 10.
Shatters your other knee.
So you're getting some really good weight, and you think that this would have been enough to like get this thing open, but it slips out of its seating, and you just go with it. You're sliding and losing your footing for a second. You know, standing back up with ease, but all the paint off one side of the chest has been scraped off.
I instead pull out a lockpick and just some other dodgy tools, and I try and just beat the lock.
Okay, you know, tools of the locksmith's trade. You know.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
do that on
You
the
got
side.
license plate? You got license plate?
Yeah. I'm a locksmith.
Yeah, all right, nice. Yeah. Go on then.
Do I need a roll? What do I roll? Sleight of hand?
Yeah, make me a roll. Make me a roll. You get double proficiency if you're proficient with a locksmith tools.
So +4, so that's 15 plus sleight of hand. So I got 18.
Yeah, so you quickly figure out how this mechanism was supposed to work, and you know that it is ruined. Something important's been bent somewhere and is jamming. So you manage to, using brute force and the right set of tools, just knock a bit of metal, and you hear the pins drop out of the mechanism. And now you could, if you wanted to, lift this lid free.
I do so. I open it.
Okay, you lift. You
Beaten.
you lift this lid free. Let me.
I've worked too hard for this chest.
It's just a frubed kid.
Oh god.
It's
How
just
do you
Where you
get in there?
sat on it, it completely destroyed it.
I killed him. It was me who killed the kid.
Okay, so as you lift the lid of this chest, you quickly see there's some sort of large crossbow-like mechanism within it, and it launches an unfolding, spinning, weighted net that wraps around your top half and drops you to the ground. You are now completely grappled, but other than that, you are unharmed.
Someone get me out of this!
Yeah, so he's like, the metal balls on the end of this net have wound themselves tight, and they're all tangled up in the loops and holes. He is very much stuck.
I'm just going to start making my way back to the top, because obviously that's not the one.
I will.
Orange is
I
the
will. I will start to unravel you.
Oh fucking hell.
He likes.
Yeah,
For some reason, he
so
really
with an
wants to
action,
get
you
those
unravel
frogs.
him. Ronan, you have to make your way up the crumbling staircase, or what's left of it. You stand on what remains of the bedroom floor. You can see the bed and the chest of frogs, most of the frogs still in it, dangling off the other side. Although there is a probably about an 8-foot gap
Fuck.
between you and the frogs on the other side of the room. What are you guys doing downstairs?
then.
You can hear sort of once again, you hear something happen, and then the screams of Ichabod as something wraps him up. You can hear the mechanism firing, and you hear thudding and screaming. You hear someone complaining about frogs, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, Flump, look after the little girl, and me and Rodrigo will go up and see what's up, right, Rodrigo?
You trusting Flump
You're
with
gonna,
that.
you're gonna leave a child in the
Vaughan
custody
is
of an
down there,
alien.
Finally,
don't-
delicious
I don't
child.
think that's wise.
Vaughan's there.
I'm
Trust me.
alone with my God.
Flump run the daycare center, we're fine. Anyway, let's
Flump run a
Oh.
tape.
I will take the little
Flump's more
girl.
qualified than the rest of you.
You could just leave her with Vaughan.
Yeah, Vaughan's down there.
Oh, okay. To be fair, before as soon as Grave went upstairs, I was gonna ask Sculpt to put in like a lock of his hair into the pot to see what happens.
All right, yeah. If you want to ask Skull to do it, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, literally before, just as soon as Grave went upstairs, I'm gonna say, you mind just trying something for me? Just pop a piece of your hair into the pot. I want to see what happens.
you heard the other lady. I can't be giving out my hair like it's candy.
It's not though. Look, we've experimented with a lot of things. It looks like the pot destroys the hair as soon as it enters.
Yeah, but how do I know it's not gonna make a clone of me or whatnot? I can't be doing with two of me.
Look, I've already placed my hair into it.
It's the whatnot
Oh.
we're worried about.
What not?
I've already placed my hair into it. All it showed me was some sort of skeleton. I don't know what it means, but I want to see what happens to you. See if it's
Yeah, but you could have just given yourself a death curse, friend, and that's why you saw a skeleton.
You would have definitely recognized the skeleton, Rodrigo.
Oh yeah, no, I recognize it. Shall I roll
Just making
deception
sure.
for that?
Yeah.
You roll deception?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
You haven't told me specifically that you don't recognize it.
I mean, I could put in a lock of my hair, but as I say, I don't want to get cursed with skeleton death.
Look, that skeleton death was unique to me. Just I want to see
That
what
would
happens
be
to
a
you
bad
on.
curse.
How do you know? Has anyone else put their lock of hair in this little contraption
Yes.
thing?
Oh, you were there for that. Yeah, we put a lock of hair of one of the hairs we found in the drawers in there. They showed us the cap we were just at.
Fine, I take a lock of my hair, curl it, and then drop it in the pot.